Hey guys, Kevin here with the Honey Badger. I want to do a quick video on doing a compression test on the GT350 Mustang. This is an engine that some are having some unfortunate problems with, and a compression test is one of the ways you can tell if you're leaking oil or burning oil or having anything that it's a good early way to detect some problems. And given that this car gets the engine oil changed about every 6 to 8 running hours, I never really get a good feel of when I'm burning oil because I change the engine oil so often that I'm not entirely sure if I'm really burning any oil. I mean, I check the dipstick, but I could be burning some oil and I can't tell. So I wanted to open it up and see if there was any signs of it by looking at the spark plugs, as well as doing a compression test to see if I'm having any valve seal problems or anything like that. One of the most common problems that we're all able to tell from what I've seen online is cylinder number 8 seems to be a common cylinder to be down on compression. So this is a good way to see if that cylinder is having any problems or anything like that, as well as I did a search to see if there was anything specific that you should do about doing a compression test with a push button start car, and I actually couldn't find a video at least that made it easy to find that. So hopefully this will help anybody that's looking to know how to do this with a push button start car. So let's jump in. All right, so the first thing I did is I came into my fuse box here and I took out, there were 2 fuses, number 49 right there and number 48 right there. These were both fuel pumps, or I should say fuel pump fuse number 1 and number 2. They're now here on my table. There are 30 amp little guys here. I did this while the car was running. So the car shut off immediately. So not sure if it really burned up all the fuel or just shut off because it no longer had fuel pressure. But the car shut off, and when I did the compression test on the first 7 cylinders, it wasn't shooting fuel anywhere. So we're all good. Pulling those 2 fuses on this GT350 deactivated the fuel pumps. The second thing I did is I came in here and took the covers off. Then you take a little 8mm bolt out, and that allows you to remove the coil. Pull this out. Then unplug it because you don't want to be creating, you don't want to be sparking while you're sitting here turning over the engine to build compression. And then remove each of the spark plugs. And as you can see here, just for a data point, all of my spark plugs, let's see if I can get you a good view, they all look nice and healthy. So that's a good first sign. None of them are black, so it doesn't appear that I'm burning any oil, and none of them are white or very, very clean around the white part here. So I'm drawing a total blank on what that's called, but they're not super clean here or crusty, indicating lean. So far everything looks fantastic, and I'm sure as you can see here by the numbers on the first 7 cylinders, I've ranged at the highest of 242 and the lowest of 230. So we're within less than 5% spread across the cylinders. You want to have no greater than, I believe it's 20%, a 20% difference between your lowest compression and your highest compression. So far the engine is looking great. On the Voodoo, if you want to know, the cylinder numbers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's that back corner number 8 there that seems to be the cylinder that many are having problems with. For me, that landed right in the middle, so it looks like we're good to go so far. So once you've deactivated your fuel pumps, you've run it out of fuel, make sure you remove all of your spark plugs so that every cylinder can, so you're not building compression in the other cylinders, as well as make sure that you disconnect your coils so that you're not creating spark. Once you do that, it's very, very simple. You take your compression gauge tool, you shove it in there just like you would any other engine, and then at least on this specific GT350, and I presume all Mustangs, and I'm gonna venture to say this is probably pretty consistent on any manual car with a push button start, you just get in, push your clutch in. If you have an automatic, you probably just push the brake. Then you just push the button, and the car will sit there and try to spin and turn over until you push the button again. So that was the part I was curious about. The car will continue to try to start, in my case, for about 5 seconds. It'll sit there and try to turn the engine. And after about 5 seconds, it appears to be 6, 7 rotations of the engine, it will turn off, or it will stop, So after those 6 to 7 rotations, the engine or the starter will stop trying to start the car, and then all you need to do to get it going again is just push the button again. So more or less, just push the button, let it work its way up, and then when your friend tells you that the needle has stopped moving, you just push the button again and it stops starting. So it's very, very similar to using a key. It's just turning it on and then turning it off. All right, I'm gonna grab a buddy that's gonna jump inside the car for me, and I'll do the compression test. All right, go ahead. Go again. Okay, stop. All right, looks like we are sitting at about 237, 238. All right, so summary was, we're looking at our lowest cylinder was 230 PSI. Our highest cylinder was 242 or thereabouts. So I'm very, very happy with those results. I can't complain at all. Hopefully this video, if you have one of these and you want to do your own compression test, this was helpful. Or if you're just wondering how the hell you do a compression test with a push button start car, this was helpful. Or maybe you're bored and you have no idea why you're on this video. But either way, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy to help. Have a good one.